Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new series. Today, on the 28th of May, we have uploaded the newest video of the How Far I Can series. Now this series is going to be building the entirety of a city. Just because it's going to give us so much nostalgia to see the city again, and we really want to see it again and just like feel like we're there. So this entire thing is going to be, building. We're going to put some time lapse into this, not like just time lapses. Every episode will be one building or two houses or something. Just like a bit of something, not like insane amounts, just so this video isn't like too long, you know? As you can see, we've got shaders on to make this just look beautiful. Like, look at the sun. It's just awesome. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, sometimes you'll be hearing us talk. We did forget to mention that. And other times you'll just be hearing music and all that. So this series is not really meant to be a talking thing. It's just supposed to be a little fun time-lapse of building. So yeah, we hope you guys are going to enjoy and see you all in the next checkup. So yeah. Alright, yeah, you heard us. So this is going to be a very brand new series, just to keep us occupied. And to many, this image that's on the screen right now would show you all you need to know of which city this is going to be. Or realistically, it's a town. It's not a city, but it is pretty big. Anyway, so you might be wondering, for anyone who doesn't know that image and where that is, what town we're going to be building. And that town is going to be Glanmire. It is located in Ireland and is where we went to school for a very long time. And not only that, but once we have enough time, we might be actually going to Watergrass Hill and all that too. Just making everything towards that. But the problem is, that's going to take hours and hours of building the same thing just until we're there. And yeah, you know what? You might be wondering, what are we doing right now? And right now we're building Applegreens. Applegreens was a historic location for us. And you might be asking, why is that such a good location for you guys? You know, why is this such a historic location? And to that we say, first off, when we were in school there, we used to have this rule where if you're below 6th year, you weren't allowed to go outside. Or was it 5th year? It could have been 5th, 6th year. It could have been both. Anyway, oh no, it was 5th year and 6th year, right. So before 5th and 6th year, you weren't allowed to go outside the school during your lunchtime. And this place is where everyone would go at lunchtime. It was packed to the brim with people once you know, that timing went along. And yeah, so when we were in like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, when we got the money to go to Applegreen, like when we were allowed to go there, we always had this thing of going there anyway. We usually didn't want to do this, but the thing is, like when you have Applegreens and you have school cafeteria food, you just don't want to get the cafeteria food. So we would all sneak out with our entire class to go get Applegreens, and it was the time of our lives. We kept buying things there. It was just really good. We always got these Subway cookies. That was just the #1 purchase we did. And if it was after school, we'd always buy a Subway sandwich. And another iconic thing is, here is where one of our friends back in the day would buy so much Monster. You would not believe this kid, but this kid bought like 3 cans of Monster just based on that. But anyway, this is why we're building it. It's a historic place, and it's right next to the school, so we're not too far away from having that done as well. But this is just me a first part. It's gonna be 1.1 because it took us 2 hours just to get to where we are right now, and that's not very far inside the building, so it's gonna take us a while. But we're gonna leave you guys to watch the video. We're gonna come back in once in a while to explain what we're doing, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so now we are going to go to the next part of this build, which is the wall that stays in front of Applegreens. This wall we would always sit on, which is always fun to do, you know, wall sitting. Who didn't do that as a child or as a teenager? Who doesn't do that? Come on. So yeah, anyway, this is the wall. We're going to skip most of this part because it's kind of just boring. It's a lot of just repeatedly counting blocks and seeing where we have to go. And other than that, it's just completely, you know, going through just making the same wall over and over again. So we're going to skip a bit of that, and then we're going to return to you when we have a bit more interesting stuff. right here we're just layering on the wall, just getting those little small details in there. And then we could have done the bricks as well, but we tried it after this and it just did not look good. So we stuck with just this part of the build, and it was kind of easy to do. But it was repetitive, but it was very easy. A lot of chisel and bits really is repetitive, which, if you guys didn't know, this is chisel and bits. You guys might have known that if you were really long ago subscribers, like if you're OG subscribers of us, back 2017 type subscribers, you know that we tried doing these series before. We did really well on it, but we never did it life size scale, and that was kind of annoying, because it was just really, it didn't take long, and you know, that's just kind of cheaping it, like just cheapskating it. So instead, we decided now we're going to do life size builds, meaning every meter in this is 1 block, or in this case, half meters are 5 pixels, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, essentially, we're not going to do a cheapskate way, and we are actually going to do the hardest way possible. But yeah, this was this part of the wall. Next, we're going to skip over to the construction of maybe a bit around the wall. Alright, so now we are on the other side of the wall. We did the thing before, but it's not going to be correct, so we're not showing it just yet, where the sign is going to hang. Now we're busy on this part of the wall where the parking is for the little tank station, for the gas station. And you'll notice that we're using grass blocks, and that's just kind of to sketch out like how many meters it is. So right here we know it's 15 meters and a bit, so we just put 15 grass blocks down the row. As you can see, we had our stone on the side there, ready to be like put further. Our other wall was already ready here, and yeah, so it was just from here it was just a matter of kind of going further with it and seeing to where we want to go. We did eventually go to parking spots, and that turned out pretty well. We did have to do it a few times because the first 3 times, we believe, we had it just off center and we had to restart it every time, but eventually we do get it right. So yeah, as you can see here, we're just expanding the wall because this is the part of Applegreens where you could walk around the vehicles, so you didn't have to like walk through the middle of the gas station, which was always handy to have. And yeah, we do want to say we think that the thing that we're least excited about is gonna have to be making roads, because a lot of these roads are gonna be going down, and then yeah, we're just gonna have to build around the roads, and we have 50 blocks underneath this layer. And the reason we did that is just because if we do need to build down, that we can always build down. But that doesn't mean it's very like that we're not going to do that happily, because you do have to remember we're in chisel and bits, and so every block we have to make is minuscule, and if we have to continuously build a hill from it, yeah, you know, we just kind of build a hill from it, and that's really annoying. Imagine building an entire mountain with just chisel and bits. Exactly, so it's not very fun, which is probably why we're not going to go further than Glanmire, because we're not building the entire world here. We don't have the abilities to do that. We don't have the time to do that either. So we're just going to do what we can and see where that happens. So yeah. So after doing the parking spots, we were on to the sign. Our favorite part of this is that we went for the entire thing, and that means we even have to do the advertising that was on it. And you know what's annoying about that? Again, minuscule details. It makes it look way better, not gonna lie. But what that does do is it ends up screwing us a lot, because we are busy with the exact same thing for so long. But as you can see, we were in a mess right here. We were trying to figure out how blueprints worked. Yeah, it just didn't go well at all. So yeah, that's how it happened. This is also going to be the start of the sign, but right now we're going to go ahead and skip to where the sign is being built, and then from there we're going to get a time lapse in replay mod, and that's going to be the end of the video then. Okay, so this is going to be a second last checkup, well, not checkup, check in. And so yeah, what we're going to say is this is really the end of this entire place, because we're just expanding the wall, which we kind of misplaced, so it doesn't take long. But in that case, we do end up having everything dealt with, and yeah, we're gonna see the time lapse of the building soon. And remember, this is done in really careful detail. We wanted to make this look as good as possible. So yeah, hope you guys will enjoy that, you know, the suffering we put ourselves through, the masochism that we have to use just to be able to get through this. And not even to mention the school, which we're going to put maximum effort in, because that place is the home of our memories of Ireland. So yeah. Okay, so now on the sign of the gas station itself. Right here you can see we're just measuring how tall the little things have to be, and yeah, it's gonna basically frame out how it's gonna be. We do end up having to go back because we see that there's not enough room for the apple in the logo, so we go ahead and take that back a few blocks, and that ends up being perfect. So next we're gonna go into the detail of the first advertisement, but we're gonna do that in the mod replay. Which is basically going to show us a different perspective, and it's going to look a lot nicer. So let us just go ahead and show you that in a second. So then we turn on the shaders to see how it would look, and we gotta admit, it looks beautiful like this. To be fair, we thought this was gonna be way worse than it was. You know, it looked kind of off in the normal texture pack of Minecraft, but yeah, we are really proud of this build, and this is just a start. So we can't wait to see what our school's gonna look like. We can't see what the roads are gonna look like, all with this, you know, with the shaders. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you guys all in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.